Is it Morse code? I don't know where my mind's going all this now. I just said it. Hey everyone, I'm going to react to Dr. Stone, Season 3, Episode 3, First Contact. And last episode, they woke up Francois, who's an amazing chef. She made this amazing bread that they all ate. And then, and Senko developed a camera for the journalist so that she could take a picture. Because that's what she wanted in return for giving them a vial of the potion that wakes up people. So yeah, they made a film and then they took a picture of Senko, and that was nice. So that's what happened this episode. And before we get into this one, if you guys are my reaction, please give it a thumbs up, please subscribe, and please consider supporting on Patreon at patreon.com/feelme. And now let's start this episode, and here we go. Oh, and sorry about the noise inside, because there's like the AC is not working and it's like 92 degrees inside. So I have like the fan on. So the noise that you guys hear is from that. I cannot do this without something to cool me down a little bit. So yeah, let's get into this episode, and here we go. That expression that they all had, like ping ping bang bang, it was in the intro, and I'm like, why are you guys so afraid? And then, let me start this first. Excuse me. And then Gen basically, the Morse code, he figured out what it was saying. He said why, and then all of them were like why, and they all were so like, huh? And how do you go from hearing the why to assuming, like, I'm not gonna say assuming because Senko is like, his brain is like, he's all intelligent and stuff. So how did he get to know, to believe? How does he know for 100%? Because he clearly knows based on how he was reacting to this why thing. He clearly knows that these people are behind the petrification or whatnot. But how do you get there based on the why? And why were they also shocked when they heard why coming from the Morse code? I'm confused. Suika. It never occurred to me that I haven't seen Suika since we started this season. It was only 2 episodes, but it never occurred to me that I haven't. Have I seen her? I feel like I have seen her, but then I feel like I haven't seen her either. Either way, she has not been prominent in an episode. In the first 2 episodes, she has not been doing anything. If she was in those episodes, I haven't really taken notice of her. But this episode, she just showed up because Francois. Okay, they made bread, right? And then they made the film, and then they were taking pictures, everything, and they were trying to look for the oil field. They were having a hard time finding it. And what led them to maybe they were just talking about how now that they have Francois, they can have all this gourmet food to eat and stuff. And again, it's like, as you have usually just like imagining all these amazing food that he was gonna get to eat. But then again, it's like, boy, calm down. We're not there yet. And then he's like, you don't know Francois, okay? And then Senko told her basically what they want in their food, like some kind of high protein stuff and something else or something. Then she decided to do this truffle and whatnot and something else. And I'm like, I hear the term truffles. I know it's something that people love to eat, but I really don't know what it is. And I think they said in this episode that it's some kind of mushroom stuff thing and whatnot. And they found, thanks to those pictures and everything that they were all the pictures that they were taking, they were able to find mushroom, like different crops that they were able to get. Excuse me, let me see exactly what truffles are. Because I'm like, I really don't know what they are. What are truffles? What is a truffle and what does it taste like? Okay, truffles are the edible spores that grow on an underground fungus in the family Tuberaceae, however you say it. They're often confused with mushrooms, so they're not mushrooms. Okay. Why are truffles so expensive? Truffles is one of the most expensive foods you can buy. The reason behind such high cost is the scarcity. Okay, so just because it's rare, that's why it's expensive. What do truffles taste like? It's not an easy task, but they do contain the earthiness and musky, meaty, gamey flavor of some popular above ground mushrooms. When describing truffles, some will say they taste like they smell oaky, nutty, and earthy, sweet and juicy, with stinging, fiery notes like black olives. What the frickety frack? People, I am not paying a lot. If it was a taste that was so sublime and whatnot, I might consider spending a whole lot of money on it and eating it, but I'm like, I don't care, man. I don't care, especially when they said at one point that they're often confused with mushrooms, which means they sort of like similar maybe to mushrooms, and but a little bit different. I don't care. I don't feel like it's anything that... What's the word I'm looking for? It's not all that, I'm not spending money on that. But either way, it's clearly some kind of gourmet thing, So Francois was looking to make that meal. And then they're like, okay, how are you going to find truffles and stuff like that in this one? And then she brought out Suika because, Suika has just been like moving around. She knows like the fauna and the... Basically, she knows the land, okay? She knows everything. So they were using her to try to find stuff. And she's the one that found the boars, right? And then they made like, they basically were farming the boars now. And then I believe Francois is the one that said that a boar can find truffles, basically. Because it's like sort of like it emits some kind of pheromones, some kind of love pheromones when it comes to the boars or whatnot, so they're attracted to it. Either way, this boar, they named the boar Sagara. Okay, Sagara found a truffle, but then I'm gonna assume that it's a girl. I don't know, whatever. Sagara ate it. Let me do a little quick research. Female boars. So the traditional name for a female. So, okay. I don't know if it's a girl or not, but I'm assuming it's a girl. No. So Sagara found the truffle and then ate it, and then Francois is like, we can use Sagara anymore, So because Rika has this dog, which I've never seen her with a dog before. I believe this is the first time we've seen her with a dog, and the dog is called, what's it called? Chalk. It's white, it's so cute. And, she used the dog to smell, truffles. So they're doing that. And then you have Senku, no, not Senku, Kohaku, looking at the pictures that they've taken and everything. And then she was there, like, trying to find truffles, but then she found this big blotch of black thing, on the ground. And she's like, that must be the truffles, But then they go there. No, I don't think. Wait, did Senku figure out that it was oil before they went there? I think he figured out that it was oil before they went there. And then they were like, okay, now let's search for it. They have sort of like a general location, I guess, of where the thing is. But since it's taken from up high and the land is so big, they were like, okay, now we need to divide ourselves and search. And they were searching and searching and searching. They were not finding it. And then Senku had to go back and think a little bit. And then he's like, oh, the first time they discovered oil, it was because the boar smelled funny. And then, they let the boar go. And then the boar led them to the oil and whatnot. The Sagara Fields oil. I think the same oil that they were looking for. So they're like, okay, we need the boar. And Francois was in the middle of, she was about to kill the boar, but then she smelled the oil off of the boar. And then that's when the guys got there and they're like, don't kill the boar. We need her. And then the boy led them to the fields and they were so happy and they collected the oil and Senku made a speedboat and they were like all on the boat and they were heading to the water. And I've said this plenty of times, but I love when Chrome gets to experience these new things, like all of the villagers and stuff. Especially Chrome because he's the science guy out of them, So any new experiences that he gets to experience, I guess I just absolutely love. So when he was on the boat and then he was like in the middle of the ocean, water, whatever, and he was just so amazed and he's like, okay, are we gonna know how to go back? And then they're like, okay, Senku was like, okay, we're gonna make a GPS. And the other guy's reaction was so funny. But then they used the signal coming off from the cell phone that they made to, launch this. People, I'm so tired. What's the word I'm looking for? Signal, I guess. And you had what's his name? Ukyo with an antenna basically trying to attune, I guess, to the signal. And then that's when they started hearing the other thing that was just like, I'm like, okay, what is that thing doing? Is it trying to disrupt their signal? Is it trying to send them a message and whatnot? And then I started hearing, it felt like there was a pattern in the song, in the sound that was coming from the thing that they were hearing and whatnot. So I'm like, oh, is it Morse code? And just as I said Morse code, that's when, who said it? I don't know if it was okay or if it was Senku. I don't know. One of them said it was Morse code. And I'm like, yeah, I guessed it right. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to go back to that Y thing because I'm like, what were they so like shocked and stuff? So it was Gen that said Morse code. Okay. I'm starting to wonder why I thought about Morse code because just when we were going on vacation, and we were taking a plane, right? So you know how they offer movies and stuff to watch, and I saw Interstellar there, and many people that I follow on YouTube have said that this was a great movie or something. I've never seen it, so I decided to watch it. I couldn't finish it on the plane, so I stopped somewhere, and then when I was on my way back, I continued the movie, and somewhere in there they were using Morse code. So I feel like that's how my mind immediately went to Morse code when I was hearing the signal. Yeah. And what was with that sort of like skeleton-y head or something that was saying why? I was about to say, Zico was like, are you the mastermind behind the Earth's petrification or whatnot? And then I'm like, okay, so he's not 100% sure because he's asking the question. He's like, are you? But then he's like, oh, I've been waiting for to meet the mastermind behind it. So I'm like, okay, so are you sure or are you not sure? I don't know. I want to know what the heck is that sound and who are those people and are they actually the one behind petrifying the world or is it just something else? Like, I have no clue and can't wait to see. Thank you guys for watching, and if you like this reaction, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and if you want to see my reaction to the next episode, you can do so by checking out my Patreon at patreon.com/feelingmedia, and you can also see the full length for this reaction there as well. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.
Broken hands and weathered souls, emancipated from all you know. You've got to go and give those woes.